Done.
Okay.
All right. Go for it, Lindsay.
Okay. Oh, I gotta get to my. Okay. Let me screen share here.
Which I'm so excited to see you guys like your faces.
Okay, so bear with me because this is my first time using Google presentations. How do I get this thing out of my way? Stop. I hate when you can't. There. And click on the thing. Okay, so where is it at? Okay. Sorry guys, I live in the middle of nowhere, so I have really slow internet. Maybe. Okay. We're going to do this because I have to show you a video anyway. This thing is killing me slowly. Where is the slide thing? Oh, right here. Okay. So we are talking about casting a vision. And when I first joined, we talked about this briefly. And I was like, okay, so like we're in junior high and we're making a board that has like pictures out of magazines. Okay, cool. So then I created my first one. And this was kind of what I came up with. Not super eye-pleasing, lots of random, like little pictures. I was a little specific on dates, but I wasn't specific enough. And it really was not something that I enjoyed looking at. It wasn't something where I was like, oh gosh, that just makes my heart flutter. And so we attended a leadership training a couple weeks ago, and another director did it, and I was like blown away. I was like, yes, this makes so much more sense to me. And you guys, the vision that I created, my board, is now the backdrop of my computer, and every time I open it, I'm like, oh, yes, I need to get to work on making this happen right now. Versus this one was like, I mean, who gets excited about this chalkboard that says debt-free? Like, that does not drive me. Being debt-free will drive me, but that does not. Are you like trying to wave at me, Robin, because you're at the bottom of my screen? Okay, so it includes images, but I didn't put any personal photos on here. So I have no pictures of my family, of my kid, of nothing, not even of me on here. So that's one thing that should be on there. And my ideas were not vast, and we will get into that, but that is the key to making a vision that will completely inspire you to push beyond any single thing that gets in your way. That is the goal of a vision board. You want it to be so amazing that you're like, nothing is stopping me. Okay, so next, I cannot figure out how to do those, so hopefully this plays.
Okay.
What are you doing?
You may have seen this.
Fiddling?
Why?
I think
Can
it's
you guys
fun.
hear it?
Why do you think it's fun?
I think you're fun. I'm super.
Why?
Because you're fun. I'm glad I had you.
Every night I am bad. The brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me away. I think of what the world could be. The vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
Okay, I would love for you to watch the entire thing. If you want the link, I can share it with you. But if you have not seen The Greatest Showman, you are missing out because it's fabulous. But the soundtrack has become such an inspiration of like my UBAM business. I listen to it and I think, okay, this is me. And it like, this song right here, like will bring me to tears. So this is kind of the thing that you're looking for when you create your vision, like something that keeps you up at night, something that drives you through every single turmoil, roadblock, anything that comes to you, your vision should push you past that.
She doesn't let me
If
do
it
it.
doesn't, it's not deep enough. Okay, so these are the questions that you're going to ask yourself. Who do I want to be? What do I want to have? What do I want to do? These are things that you will include when you do your vision board. Okay. You can't cast a vision that has not cast a spell on you. So this kind of goes in with what I was talking about. If you are not completely and utterly inspired by your vision, then you have not created your vision. You've just touched the surface of what you are trying to cast for yourself, for lack of better words. But your vision should be something that just utterly moves you more than anything else. And if it doesn't do that, then you need to peel back the layers. Okay. Make sure y'all have your microphones muted. Because I don't have the ability to do that on my end since this is under Robin's. Okay. So when you go to develop your vision, you're going to touch on these things. You're going to have your focus area. So maybe your focus area is your UBAM life. Maybe your focus is your life as a whole, which that's what mine is. It includes UBAM, my family, and my future. A time frame. You want to nail down what you're wanting, because part of setting goals, if you just say, okay, I want to be director, or I want to promote to senior team leader, but you don't set a time frame for it, you are far less likely to achieve that goal in any amount of time versus if you sit down and you're like, okay, it is February 1st and I need 2 months to promote to team leader. So February is going to be my month 1, March is my month 2, I'm promoting April 1st. That's what kind of time frame you're looking at using. And then anchors. These are things that are great about you. We don't want it to be something that you're just trying to improve on yourself, but things that you already are really, really good at that you build on, or things that you already have that you want to build on. And then here's the most important part. You are going to take a piece of notebook paper, or you can type it off on your computer, whichever you prefer. I'm a notebook person, so I wrote mine out. And you're going to sit. You're not going to have anything else open. If you're doing it on your computer, no internet open. Just do it on a doc. And if you're using Google Docs, close every other tab. Like you can see I have a million tabs open. You want everything closed so that you're not distracted, because you want to be solely in writing this rough draft. So I just did mine when I knew I was going to have like a good half hour by myself, got my notebook paper out, got my pen, and I started writing. I could not believe that I had an entire notebook page of my vision. So that was my rough draft. Then I went through and I read through it and I'm like, okay, this part needs a little bit of tweaked. This part needs a little bit of this. And that's where you're going to kind of revise and make it a little bit more solid. Making your vision vast. Okay, so this is what we talked about. What does VAST mean? It is an acronym, of course, because we love our acronyms with UBAM. Visual, audible, smell, and touch. That is VAST. Your vision should include all of these. So like, for example, what does it look like? You are walking in to your house. So this is a little blurb from mine, because I will show you my vision that I wrote out next. But so like, for example, when I first talk about mine, I talk about walking into a clean house, clear kitchen counters. I walk in, crisp white cabinets, and then I go look up my kitchen window and I see the most beautiful sunset. And so what you're doing is you are creating something that you can feel and visualize in your head, because that connects it to you. It's just like random pictures that you've looked up on the internet. You're like, oh yeah, I want to go to Disney World, or oh yeah, we want to get a camper. You have nothing emotionally tied to that right now. When you create your vision, you want the emotion tied in with those images. So that's why when I was doing my visions before, I was just creating boards. I wasn't doing a vision and tying emotion to those images. I was like, okay, yeah, we want to go to Disney World. I want to get a tiara. I want to do this. It was all, I want to do these things. I still want to do those things, but my vision board now emulates my life of how I want to feel in my life. I will know I've hit that moment that I'm striving for when I feel these things in real life. Does that make sense? So let me go to my vision. So this is, this is my vision. And you can see it's very wordy, and that's okay, because the word part is just for you to be able to build on with images that you find. And you can do online, I did mine in Canva, but you can also do a physical one. You can do one where you cut pictures out of magazines, or you print pictures offline and you put it on a poster board. Whatever works for you. So I'm going to read you guys mine. So I never worry, but welcome those who stop by unexpectedly with a glass of wine and a sweet conversation over a delicious cheesy appetizer hot out of the oven. Our home is warm and welcoming and free of clutter. Our cleaning lady has been here, and you can faintly smell the fresh lemon scent throughout the home. For our 10th anniversary, we will take our children and parents on an all-expenses-paid trip to Hawaii. As I open the door to our condo's back porch, I can smell the salty ocean as the waves gently roll into the sand. Okay, I'm seriously, you guys, I'm about to tear up as I'm reading this. This is how you know you've done your job with your vision, when you feel your emotion. As I open the door to our condo's back porch, I can smell the salty ocean as the waves gently roll into the sand. Everyone is sitting outside watching the kids build a sandcastle. As I take a bite of the sweet, fresh pineapple we bought from a local the day before, I look around and see our moms laughing at the kids. Josh is smiling, talking to his dad about their next farm adventure. I will never again regret the time spent with a loved one because of work. I want Judge to have a childhood filled with memories of a mama who loves him so much. Our reading together has created a love of reading in him, and he not only feels my love of reading with him, but also sees me reading and finds value in that. My anxiety will be lowered because we no longer have financial burdens that weigh my mind down. I have created systems that allow me to fully embrace and be present in family time. And not only am I more present, but our family time has expanded because of the tribe of women I work with and who have grown their own tribes as well. We plan girls' trips together and delight in each other's success and mourn through each other's sadness. As we band together on happy and sad times, our bonds grow stronger. And then this last part is like further down the road for me. I walk in the door of our forever home to a bright, welcoming kitchen with fresh flowers on the counter. As I put groceries away, I can hear the faint sound of our combine. The crisp fall air blows through our open windows. As I peer out the kitchen window, I see the most beautiful harvest sunset with purples and pinks splashed through the sky. Josh, his dad, and Judge are all working to get crops out and fill our semi with grain. So that, to me, is not only this year, but my future. These are things that I want my life to look like. This is how I want my life to feel. I want to feel and physically know I'm in those moments. That is how you know your vision is what is going to inspire you. So that's why the writing part is so, so, so important. You have to get this part out of your head, what truly you see in your future. Then you can move on to the next part. Okay, so you're going to share your vision with others. What challenges do you think you will come across? There are lots, especially in our UBAM business. There's a lot in personal, someone could lose a job. Someone could, you might need a new vehicle or sickness or something. Life is life, it happens. But when you're prepared for those things, or at least somewhat prepared, and you have a line of vision for yourself, it's easier to get through those roadblocks. Okay, so you are going to create your vision board. That is your task for this training. This is mine. Okay, so here is my white kitchen. This is a Hawaiian sunset. And then this is our forever home that we build because I love wraparound porches. This is my family. This is obviously the combine sunset, and then pineapple, which to most would be like, why the heck does she have pineapple on there? But that particular piece in my written vision was such a vivid moment that I needed it on my board. So you'll notice what I don't have on here. I don't have become debt free. I don't have a tiara. I don't have, growing my team. I don't have a lot of those things physically on my board. They're embedded in these pictures. To me, those things happen, which leads me to my vision board. Does that make sense? So this is how I came to create this. And then you'll also see, so I have my dates on here. So executive, March of 2019, director, May of 2019, senior director, December of 2019. And then I have another very, very large goal that I have further down the road, but top 10 executive team for 2021. And then this right here, Rise and Grind, this is something that means a lot to me, just to dig deep and get through my own emotions that are keeping me held back. So you want to have pictures that are tied to your vision that you wrote out. You also, any words or phrases that really, really inspire you, put them on your board. Be specific about your timeline. See, this is my UBAM timeline. And my UBAM timeline is how I get to my big timeline. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, next. So these are some tips when you're creating your vision board. Find photos that represent the experience that you wrote in your vision. I kind of explained that when I showed you mine. Use quotes and thoughts that inspire you. And then you want it to be something, so like this. Can you see the difference in this one versus my first one? It's very, very different. Oh, I just realized what this was. Chat. Sorry, you guys. Oh, it's Robin. Okay. I didn't have the chat open, so I'm sorry. I could not figure out why it kept like blinking at me. Okay. So what was I talking about? Oh, so visual eye-pleasing. So this one to me is so much more fun to look at. And so when it pops up on my background, I'm like, ooh, yes, I love looking at this. I love looking at it. You need that. If you don't like looking at it, it's not going to drive you to do anything. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to show you one more clip. And this clip is going to be the major factor of course. Oh, nope. It must have not paused. There we go.
Still in your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. You're a dream, can't you see? Getting closer. Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooded open. It's a picture in the pulpit and you're blind to motion. There's something breaking at the brick of every wall that's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you want to go? Where's happening on the night?
Okay, so again, if you've not seen The Greatest Showman, add it to your list of things to do because it's phenomenal. I actually have the remix soundtrack with actual artists, musical artists, like Pink's version is on there. And my son requests that song every time we get in the car, which I'm okay with because it just reminds me of like, oh yeah, Lindsay, you have your vision in the back of your head, get to it. So when your vision makes you feel like that video, you've done your job. Okay, that's all I have for you guys. I hope this was really helpful. I loved doing my vision. Seriously, it's worth it. It's worth it for your business. It's worth it for your home life. Sit down, make your vision out because it should be something that you're like, oh, I got to show my husband or I got to show my partner or whoever you need, like your mom or your bestie, like whoever it is. If you feel that like, I have to tell someone about this, you've done it. So if you don't have that, share it with your Uzzy, share it with your team leader. We want to hear it. So I'm super excited to see everybody's vision boards. So your task for this training is, of course, to make a vision board. So remember, make the time. Set aside 30 minutes. I know as moms, it's really, really hard, but it's totally worth your time because it makes all the difference in creating your vision board. So, questions? Anybody? Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing.
I love it. Yes. And speaking of time, I'm in the closet
Hey!
to get away from my child. It's all right. No shame. No shame. Well, he just got out of the bathtub and I was like, he's going to run around and this is recorded. So I was like, I'm just going to get in the closet. It's fine. It's fine. I have my life totally together. No, this was outstanding. And I agree that my first vision board, first of all, I love looking back at my first vision board because I can see how far I've come, but it was like debt free or pay off this card or whatever. And it was like, yeah, okay, that's great. Yeah. All right. But none of the ones that we did at the beginning stir up that emotion of like, yes, this is why when I don't have any parties, I'm going to keep going. This is why when I'm totally frustrated or I have a bomb of a party, this is why I keep going. It's that reminder. And so I am so excited. This was one of my favorite things that we did last year as a team is we created yearly vision boards, what we want our life to be like. And so, like, for instance, on my vision board this last year, I had a cup of coffee next to a window where it was raining because I wanted to wake up. I want to wake up in the morning and not have a job dictate what I do. So I want to wake up, have my coffee, watch the rain, not have to get out in it. And so that was the emotion that it stirred up. Now, I do have to have and do those other things and meet certain goals and build my team and work on my business in order to achieve that. But it was pretty cool. There was one morning where I was sitting around drinking coffee and yeah, I'm still working on the computer, but I'm still in my pajamas and it's raining outside. I have to get in it. And I remember calling Gina and she's doing the same thing. And this was so different than what we ever expected our lives to be. And so, yeah, Rose, I am hiding. Seriously. I don't think I can lock myself in the closet or I would have tried. But yeah, that's exactly what you want, those emotions, and you want that vision of what your life is going to be. Because I started out and I was like, well, I want to have one exec or I want to make it to this. And those are good and those are important, but that doesn't necessarily mean when you're an exec, you're going to be able to drink coffee and watch the rain. So it's
and it won't push you through the hard times either.
No.
Those goals will not push you through.
No. And because I'm also the type, it's the gold in me. I have small goals. Like I want a goal that I know I can achieve in the next 3 months so that I know I won't fail. But so when someone goes, what do you want to accomplish in the next year? Well, when it comes to my business, I'm like, I don't know, like, do I want one exec? Do I want 2 more team leaders like that? I just throw numbers out there just because. And so that was hard for me, but exactly what Lindsay said, if you are putting that emotion behind what you want and what you want your life to be, then that is what's going to drive you. And so I'm excited about these, just like the photos you guys are putting up from Canva. Like I spend way too much time looking at y'all's pictures because I'm like, oh my God, our kid's so cute. And oh my gosh, I just love learning about you guys. So the vision boards are one of my favorite things that we do. So I'm going to put a post up for this task, but instead of putting your vision board on one post, I want separate posts. Like I just want to flood the team pages
Mom,
with.
Hey Mom, I can play Angry Birds
No.
No. Who didn't play Angry Birds along?
It's okay.
Who didn't play Angry Birds? Where's the iPad? I can't find
We
it.
don't have the iPad during the week.
What,
Okay.
What we can play?
It didn't work. The closet didn't work.
They'll find you wherever.
Can I just hide in the clothes? Okay. Sorry, y'all. Can I put nanny on the vision board? Maybe that's what I need to put. So, okay. So we're about 30 minutes. If y'all have questions, reach out to us. But I am super excited to see these. And thank you, Lindsay. You absolutely rocked it, because I even saw some things I was like, man, I'm doing my vision board totally wrong. So I'm excited. I'm going to go.
That's why I love sharing them, because
Yeah.
I feel like I was inspired by other leaders. I was like, oh, yeah, no, I need to include that. And it wasn't something that I had initially thought about. And then when I finally like sat down and wrote it out, I was like, oh, yeah, I wasn't doing that before.
Yeah, perfect. Yes. So I'm excited to do that too. So any last minute questions? You can unmute yourself or write it in the chat. I think she covered it all. You rocked it. So,
Well, thanks, you guys. It was so much fun.
all right. Thanks, y'all. And I'll see you back on the team page. Bye.